This practice will start in a standing position, feeling the four corners of the feet root down into the earth, the base of the big toes, baby toes, inner and outer edges of the heels. So your weight's not in the front of the toes, in the ball of the foot, nor in the back. It's right and centered, however that feels for you. We're going to start right away with the breath of joy. This breathing exercise and physical practice brings a lot of joy and energy into our beings. So you can do this at any time in your day to just get a little bit more energy and clear your auric field too. So there's a breath with it. It's 3 sips of air in and then 1 long exhale out. So the inhale will be out. And so the ha is more effort, force out. And the inhale, you're just taking more and more and more breath in and then out. Finally, there's a physical practice to this. So the arms are going to swing forward, to the side, and up, and then bend the knees all the way out with the ha. So it's sip of air in, ha, in, ha. And we come back up. So when you do the ha, make sure that you're bending your knees. You can even rest your torso on your thighs to help the hamstrings and low back, give them some extra support. So ha on your out, and you're hinging to come back up. So you're pressing into the heels to come back up. So we're going to do that a handful of times, be in Tadasana, standing pose. And then we're going to do that a few more times and come back to standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. So feel your breath, feel yourself standing where you are, feel the four corners of the feet. Notice the inhale and the exhale. And now we're going to start to energize the breath. So sip of air in, ha, ha, ha. 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 Last time. Stay down here this time. Walk your feet a little bit wider so you can hang out. Even rest your torso on your thighs. Hands are planting on the earth. Shake your head no, not a yes. If you start to feel dizzy, maybe blink your eyes open if they're closed. Find some stillness. Feel your palms into the earth, the feet into the mat. And then very slowly bend the knees some more. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Press down to come all the way up to standing. Feel your feet below you. The gaze can be towards the earth or the eyes can even close. Feel the energy, the circulation that you've stirred up within. And then we'll do that practice one more time. Here we go. So in, ha, 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 ha. Last time. Stay here. Maybe walking your feet a little bit wider, resting the torso onto your thighs. Let your neck go. Swallow, opening the throat. Maybe walking your hands out or adjusting or readjusting. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings and the low back. And then bend the knees a lot. Bringing the hands onto the thighs, hinging all the way back up to standing, rolling the shoulder blades back, and coming to the top of the mat if you're not there already. Mountain pose. Soaking this great work in that you've done. Feel few more postures and practices to do. And then with your next inhale, sit back into an invisible chair behind you. Arms extend forward. Take a breath here. Sit bones are wide away from one another and tailbones rooting down towards the earth behind you. Bringing the hands onto the right thigh, step the left foot back to behind you into a high lunge. An option would be to lower the back heel on the floor, so scooching the back foot a little bit closer. So either or, I'm going to cue with the heel off of the earth. So heel presses behind you, press the left hamstring up to the sky. Arms come out in front. And then glide the right hand behind you, gazing at your thumb for an added challenge, otherwise keeping your gaze forward or wherever feels more secure for you. Breathe deeply, right knees over the arch of the right foot, full deep breaths. And then another big inhale, twist a little bit more. Exhale, come back to center. Lower the hands on the inside of the right foot, lower the back knee down. Exhale, step the front foot back, switch the hips to table pose. Weight forward into the balls of the hands, toes tuck under. Exhale, pelvic floor draws in, navel to the heart. Lift the knees, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Walk the feet a little bit further behind you, soften the knees. Sit bones are wide, big inhale in. Long exhale out. Gaze in between your hands. On your next exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale, hinge from the hips, circle the arms around up to the sky, palms pressed together, thumbs at the third eye, self-trust, and at the heart, self-love. Inhale, sit back into an invisible chair behind you. Take a few breaths, settle in, sit into the heels. Opposite side, so this time bringing the hands onto the left thigh, step the right foot back behind you, high lunge on the left. You can always plant the back heel onto the earth for more stability. Press out through the right heel if it's lifted, draw up through the right hamstring, draw the right knee over the arch of the left knee over the arch of the left foot. Arms come out in front, and then sweep the left hand behind you, and maybe change your gaze over towards the left thumb. Soften the fingers, keep pressing out through the right heel. Breathe deeply, deepen the twist with one more big inhale. And then exhale, sweeping the hand back to center, lowering the hands on the inside of the left foot, lower the right knee back down, step the front foot back, swish the hips. This time, child's pose. Walk the knees really wide, big toes draw together. They might touch, they might not. Hips sit back to the heels, and then the forehead starts to lower and rest to the earth. You can walk your fingertips out forward more. You can even create a pillow for your forehead with your hands, or use a block or blankets at home. Breathing in deeply and letting go completely. So adjust and readjust to be here for about 1 minute or so. And really allowing the hips to sit back towards the heels. Breathing in to the sides of the ribs, into the space between the shoulder blades, so that you're breathing into a global breath in the torso. So what seems like a seemingly static and non-moving posture, your breath is still moving your torso. And as we hold a posture for a length of time, we might find ourselves wanting to move and to adjust as maybe more space is created, or as we realize we went over our edge and are starting to struggle with our breath or with the physical posture. So take your time, keep breathing and noticing. And on your next exhale, walk the hands back underneath the shoulder area. Press down to come up through table. Walk the knees over towards the right side of the mat, rolling onto the left hip. Lower down onto the left arm or upper arm area, and you can prop your head up here. So you can always lower your head down too, or use a pillow to rest on. Shins are going to be in the same line as your mat, or just about that area. Feet are flexed. We're going to start to work into the outer hip region. Right hand, upper hand can rest on the floor or even on your hip, wherever you get most stability. The breath isn't as important as the movement. So what we're not looking for is to roll back as this knee lifts up. So what can kind of happen, you're going to just lift the knee, the top knee off the bottom knee, and it's a pretty small movement for most of our bodies, but what we don't want is a roll back and forth. We're really isolating this area. So inhale, and then exhale, the top knee is going to move away from the bottom knee, pelvic floor draws in, navel towards the heart. Inhale will lower. So this is 9 and lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you're doing it, 2, and 1. And you probably started to feel the burn already. That's how powerful they are. Now we're going to lift the ankle, the top ankle off the bottom ankle. Feet are still flexed. So exhale up, inhale down. And this is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Now, knee, ankle. So knee and ankle, that's 1, 2, 3, and we're only going to do 5, and 4, and 5. I feel it. I hope you do too. So from here, stretch out, roll onto your belly. Come into Sphinx pose. So forearms come onto the floor, tops of the feet into the mat. And your elbows are underneath your armpits. So you're not way out here or out here. Elbows in like number 11. Tops of the feet press into the floor. And gently draw the shoulder blades together so the collarbones are broad. And the navel will start to draw in and up, and tailbone towards the heels. You can turn your head from side to side so the neck isn't restrained. You can even rock a little bit up and down. And we're just breathing here. So the exhale, pelvic floor draws in and up, navel towards the heart, tailbone towards the heels. Toes press down into the earth, navel towards the heart, tailbone towards the earth. And just breathing a few breaths here. This is a lot of activity and a lot of mindful awareness. Notice if the belly starts to go, then you'll feel the low back going. So when that starts to happen, just lower back down onto your head to rest on the earth, or roll onto one side if it's not comfortable to lay on your belly. About one more breath here. Pelvic floor in, navel to the heart, tailbone to the earth. And you're breathing multiple breaths as this is engaged. You got it. All right, from here, you're gonna roll on to the other side that we didn't do. For video purposes, I'm just sitting up and going on to the other side so I don't turn my back to you. So propping yourself up again. Shins are more parallel to the long edge of the mat. Feet are flexed. Top hip on bottom, same thing with knees and ankles. And then when you're ready, exhale, knee up. Inhale, we'll lower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now ankle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alternate knee and ankle. That's 1. Knee, ankle, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. From here, rolling onto the back, stretch it out long so one leg extends, then the other. Circle the arms overhead, big inhale in, exhale with a sigh. Arms come down to your sides, drawing one knee in, then the other, wrapping your arms around your legs. And then extend one leg up to the sky, then the other. So there can be a very nice softness in the back of the knees, and we want to feel the low back on the earth and the sacrum area on the mat. Arms are going to extend up to the sky too, so we're helping circulation to move in a different way with gravity. Circle the wrists and ankles in any way that you like. Just try to make them big and wide as possible. And then circle in the opposite direction. Open your fingers, open your toes. That's it. And then return to stillness. Shake it out. And let your fingers and toes be flappy. Feel the low hips, the sacrum area, melt into the earth along with the back. The natural arch in the spine and the shoulders melt into the earth. There's a softness in the knees, and notice if bringing your knees closer to the chest help keep your feet up in the sky. There's a softness in the elbows and the arms. We can call this like seaweed. So your arms and your legs are just like seaweed in the water. They just flow with the wind around you. Working to find as much ways to not have effort in what you're doing. So there's effort in keeping your legs and fingers to the sky, but where can you find softness and more availability? The legs aren't touching one another. And you're feeling your whole torso, the back of it on the earth, as your breath returns back to its natural state. And then hug the knees in one at a time, wrapping the arms around the legs, whether that's your shins or the backs of the legs. Inhale deeply. Exhale, draw the nose towards the knees. Inhale, lower the head back down, lowering one foot at a time back to the earth. And extend your legs long on the floor, ankles wide, drawing the shoulder blades together a little bit, palms to the sky. Rocking your head from side to side, finding your restful place. Take a deep breath in, big breath out, and rest, allowing the gaze to soften. The eyelids may close, the tongue depresses from the roof of the mouth, and your whole body melts into the earth. And just be. If you'd like to stay here longer, please do. Otherwise, begin to raise the thumbs over the finger pads, wiggling the toes, circling the wrists and ankles, and bending one knee at a time, planting the feet on the floor. Scooch the hips over to the left side of the mat, rolling onto your right side, pausing for a moment in the fetal position. And then with the strength of your hands and arms, lifting yourself all the way up into a seat. Bringing the hands in front of the heart, thumbs resting at the sternum. Giving yourself much gratitude for showing up in this way, not only for yourself, but for the benefit of all those around you. We'll seal this time together with a long sat and a short nam. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And then inhale. Sa